Solo Leveling is back, baby! One of the most hyped anime of 2024 has returned with its second season, and it's somehow better than ever. Hello, you beautiful people, I am Finn. Welcome back to finnfilms. Join me today as once again I will be explaining everything that happened in Season 2, Episode 3 of Solo Leveling, the newest episode of Solo Leveling, an episode where Jinwoo gains materials to make the elixir of life to save his mother, the S-ranked hunter Dong-soo gets his ass kicked, and a mysterious hunter is revealed to be Jinwoo's father? So last time in Solo Leveling, we saw Jinwoo go full sicko mode, summoning his undead army to battle against the army of ice elves and their leader, who is the boss of this Red Gate dungeon. Jinwoo, believing that he isn't strong enough to defeat this boss alone, makes a pretty insane decision to kill a fellow A-ranked hunter and member of the White Tiger Guild, Kim Hunter, raising him as an undead tank, who he gives the name Iron. The combined powers of Igris, Iron, and Jinwoo easily able to defeat this boss and allowing the low-ranked hunters as well as Jinwoo to escape from this red portal. I spoke a lot about this in my episode 2 explained video, specifically about the kind of crisis of consciousness, this story theme, this loss of humanity that is plaguing our main character Jinwoo. As we very much see this story theme, this crisis of consciousness, this lack of humanity play out in episode 2, so make sure you keep your eye on this story theme as it is going to be very present throughout the remainder of season 2. Episode 3 of Solo Leveling opens with Jinwoo, the young rich hunter and son of a guild master that teamed up with Jinwoo in season 1 of Solo Leveling, looking absolutely stunned as he watches Jinwoo's shadow army completely clear a dungeon for them, while they both don't even have to lift a finger. This is the first time that Jinho has seen Jinwoo's new ability, his new necromantic powers, Jinwoo obviously getting a lot stronger since the two last teamed up. And we can see that the young rich hunter feels like it is rather pointless for him to even be in the dungeon at all, as we just watch Jinwoo's army of necromantic warriors basically do all of the work for them. We then flash over to a dilapidated ship as we see an American hunter speaking English and begging for his life as he is surrounded by the unconscious bodies of his companions. As we see a tall, buff Korean man standing over him telling him, "I'm human, I want to go home." This is Sung Hwan, an S-ranked Korean hunter and a man that is later revealed in this episode to be Jinwoo's freaking father. However, I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself right now, but don't you worry, I'm going to go into a lot more detail later on in this video about the shock appearance of Jinwoo's dad of all people. Back in the real world, we see Jinwoo and Jinho getting some Korean barbecue, celebrating their dungeon clear. As Jinho tells Jinwoo that since they've been so successful, he is going to ask his father if he can take over the Yujin Guild. We see that Jinho has gotten a bit drunk in this celebrating as he begins spilling his heart out to Jinwoo, telling him that his older brother never really seemed to care for him or treat him as family or be very elder brother-like. Jinho wishing that someone like Jinwoo could be his elder brother as he treats him much more like family than his brother ever did. Jinwoo telling him in that case from now on, starting today, he will consider him his little brother. A very kind of heartwarming scene and moment for our main OP boy, our main character here, and a very real humanizing moment for Jinwoo, who, as I stated at the beginning of the video, we've seen over the course of Solo Leveling really struggle to keep his humanity as he has gained stronger and as he very much interacts with the world of Solo Leveling like a video game. Over in America, we see this mysterious hunter, aka Jinwoo's father, being held in a cell, as he has told the Americans that he was trapped within a gate for the last 10 years, unable to leave, until finally he found an exit, which took him to a gate in America. Now, this is unprecedented in multiple fronts. First, the fact that someone could be stuck in a portal for 10 years, and second, the fact that a portal could somehow link between Korea and America. The fact that someone could enter a portal in another country and then somehow exit it halfway across the world. The Americans, though, aren't sure if they can believe his story, and they are afraid that he might be a magical beast, a very powerful magical beast that has somehow disguised itself as a human. So then they have recalled the S-ranked hunter, Hwang Dong-soo, the man who we learned in the last couple of episodes of Season 2 wanted to kill Jinwoo in revenge for the death of his brother. As in Season 1 of Solo Leveling, we saw Jinwoo kill his elder brother, Hwang Dong-sok. So then Hwang Dong-soo, the S-ranked hunter, has returned back to America to speak with this strange man and determine for the Americans if he is telling the truth. Back in Korea, we see Jinwoo telling his sister that he will be gone for a number of weeks, as we see him venture back into the strange gate that we saw from Season 1, the dungeon where he fought Cerberus and gained a mysterious key. Jinwoo, though, being much stronger now, uses this mysterious key to gain access to the new levels of this dungeon, gaining a quest to kill 10,000 demons. While Jinwoo is venturing into this dungeon to get stronger, ultimately he is trying to pursue his main objective, to gain the 3 ingredients to create the Elixir of Life, a potion that can cure any disease, which he hopes to use to save his mother. Back in Korea, we see Jinho approaching his father to take over the Yujin Guild. His father, though, immediately susses his son out, telling him that he has only been successful due to the presence of this mysterious hunter Jinwoo. His father, though, agreeing to relinquish control of the Yujin Guild to his son on one condition, that he recruits Jinwoo to the guild, as a bunch of other guilds right now are circling around Jinwoo like the White Tiger Guild to attempt to recruit him. As the secret seemingly is very much out that this E-ranked hunter is very much more than meets the eye. We then get a very quick little horny bait scene with the S-ranked hunter Hae-hin, the co-leader of the Hunters Guild. As we see in a flashback, she has questioned her guild master as to why they wouldn't inform the public about the flying ants, an adaptation to these magical beasts that very much could put the public in danger. So far, this storyline, the storyline of the Hunters Guild, has very much been kind of bubbling in the background throughout Season 1 of Solo Leveling, specifically their role in tackling the Jeju Island, an island in Korea where a mysterious S-ranked gate appeared 4 years ago before the events of Solo Leveling that caused a dungeon break as well as the deaths of many on the Korean mainland. So then we could see why that she might be worried that these ants, these very strong monsters, have suddenly developed wings and the ability to fly. Keep your eye on this story element, this story beat of Solo Leveling, as while it is very much playing kind of in the background right now throughout our episodes, it very much will come to the forefront later on in Solo Leveling. Meanwhile, back in the dungeon, we see that Jinwoo has very easily been cutting his way through these thousands of demons, carving his way through all of these floors, eventually completing the quest of killing 10,000 demons, but time is not on Jinwoo's side. Eventually, he will run out of supplies and be forced to leave this dungeon, so he wants to get as far as possible before this happens, as we see him approaching a dungeon boss, a massive hulking demon named Avarice Vulcan, Lord of the Lower Floors. As Jinwoo summons his necromantic shadow army, leaping into action to take him on, Jinwoo being surprised by how fast this hulking demon can move. Of course, though, as strong as this demon is, he is no match for our OP protagonist Jinwoo, who, with a bit of strategy, manages to cut him down, gaining access to a rare crafting material, a world tree fragment, a material needed to craft the elixir of life that Jinwoo wants to use on his mother. Meanwhile, back in America, we see that Dong-soo has arrived and is questioning this mysterious Korean hunter. Dong-soo, though, seems convinced that this man is a magical beast in disguise, the mysterious hunter asking him how much knowledge that humanity has gained about gates and magical beasts over the last 10 years that he has been trapped in this dungeon, in this gate. The mysterious hunter revealing that the dungeons, gates, and beasts are all just the tip of the iceberg to something else that is going on here, that a powerful new force has reawakened and will bring about an ultimate calamitous event, and it is his mission to stop it. It is then we get a massive reveal, probably the biggest reveal that Solo Leveling has given us so far, that this mysterious hunter is in fact Jinwoo's father. Yes, this is Jinwoo's dad. Without getting into spoilers, this mysterious hunter is in fact Jinwoo's father, the hunter Sung Hwan, who 10 years prior to the events of Solo Leveling ventured into a gate where he has been trapped for the last 10 years. Jinwoo's father worked as a firefighter before the opening of the gates and the changing of the world of Solo Leveling, again 10 years prior to the events of Solo Leveling. Once the gates opened and hunter powers awakened, Jinwoo's father very quickly rose to be one of the strongest hunters in the world, one of the first S-ranked hunters. However, this was before that the Hunters Association had developed the ranking system, so many people never realized just how powerful Jinwoo's father actually was. However, we know how this story goes. Jinwoo's father ventures into a gate where he has been trapped for the last 10 years, Jinwoo and his family believing that he must have died, Jinwoo and his sister growing up without their father, and thus leading Jinwoo to become a hunter in order to provide for his family. However, he's back Daddy's home. Dong-soo, recognizing that his son Jinwoo is the same man that he is pursuing, taunts this mysterious hunter, telling him that his son is dead, as he believes that Jinwoo would likely die in the Red Gate, because again, he thinks that Jinwoo was just a lowly E-ranked hunter. Jinwoo's dad, in anger, then beats the absolute shit out of his fellow S-ranked hunter, completely destroying this American building in the process and fleeing, presumably heading back to Korea to find his family. Back in the dungeon, we see that Jinwoo has finally run out of food after continuing his climb on these floors, beating 2 other bosses in the process. We see that Jinwoo has gained other magical items, further increasing his power, along with another material piece to craft the elixir of life, as well as a final mysterious key, which unlocks the final floor of this mysterious dungeon. Though Jinwoo, having run out of supplies, having run out of time, vows that the next time that he enters this mysterious dungeon, he will finish it, as Season 2, Episode 3 of Solo Leveling comes to an end. Again, another banger episode of Solo Leveling, an episode which has probably easily the biggest plot reveal of any episode of Solo Leveling so far, the reveal of Jinwoo's father, as well as this mysterious calamitous event that he has sworn to prevent. Solo Leveling really does continue to surprise me, and it honestly reminds me a lot of Attack on Titan, specifically in the ways that it kind of drip feeds us information and kind of plot reveals about our world, the world of Solo Leveling, as well as the many mysterious kind of story plot elements that are taking place in our world. Solo Leveling slowly unwrapping the layers of its story, showing us that the plot of this story, this show, is so much more than what it was originally laid out to be. So far in the anime, we now have kind of 5 main kind of plot story elements taking place. Number 1, Jinwoo's goal to get stronger and to craft the elixir of life to save his mother. Number 2, the mystery of the system in Jinwoo's revival and his mysterious powers of the player. Number 3, the story of the Hunters Guild and their struggle to contain the monsters on Jeju Island. Number 4, the role of the gates and monsters in Solo Leveling and their mysterious appearance 10 years before the events of our story. And finally, number 5, the newest plot reveal of our story, the role of Jinwoo's father, and the mystery of him being trapped in a gate for 10 years, and this mysterious calamitous event that he has vowed to stop. Now, don't worry, we're not going to be discussing any spoilers for Solo Leveling here in this video, as I am just covering the anime, but let me tell you, things are very much starting to heat up for Solo Leveling. And I imagine that keen-minded anime fans can already start to put kind of these puzzle pieces together, specifically about who or what this calamitous event that Jinwoo's father speaks about is actually referring to. Overall, another fantastic episode of Solo Leveling. I've said this in my other breakdown and explained videos for Season 2 so far, but I've been very impressed with how A1 has handled the adaptation of Season 2 of Solo Leveling, specifically in the pacing of this show, as it has very much been non-stop action and plot reveals for Season 2 of Solo Leveling so far. It's been no filler, it's very much been no nonsense, just go, 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 while still keeping plenty of action scenes, as well as keeping the quality of the animations very much still high, while giving fans all sorts of really major plot reveals and teasers for kind of the greater story of Solo Leveling that is taking place in the background. I think they've done a great job in handling Season 2 of Solo Leveling, as they very easily could have dropped the ball with this season, especially after the massive hype that Season 1 generated in 2024. I was a bit worried that Season 2 wouldn't be able to live up to the height of Season 1, especially after it was announced that Season 2 would be released only a year after the debut of Season 1. So far, though, I have to say, so good for Solo Leveling Season 2. And if they keep it up at this rate, Solo Leveling Season 2 could be just as good as its debut season, or it could somehow even surpass it. Let me know in the comment section down below, what did you think of Season 2, Episode 3 of Solo Leveling and the major plot reveals of Jinwoo's father. If you did enjoy this video or learn something new, please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, as that is the easiest way to help support me, and it really does go a long way in putting these videos into the algorithm. If you did enjoy this video, then why don't you check out some of my other anime and Solo Leveling content on screen now. As always, guys, I hope to see you in the next video. Until next time, stay safe out there. Peace, love, Adu.